Hello, hello, star people. Welcome to this tutorial video, Capricorn PROMETHEUS Astrology Software tutorial video. We're going to cover today the changes that recently were unrolled by Mastering the Zodiac, the team at Mastering the Zodiac, to their Midpoint system. I get a lot of questions about this. So many questions, I'm making a video. So, where to start? This is a series, set of changes to the default Mastering the Zodiac settings. Mastering the Zodiac is the team who is responsible for the development of true sidereal zodiac, true sidereal astrology, and they have retooled their zodiac to make it more accessible, user-friendly. Let me clarify. They've retooled some settings, and they've retooled their zodiac. So the settings are great. They clarify things, streamline things, make it very easy and accessible. And the settings are very good. They make it more accurate to astronomy. They also incorporate some Eastern, Western IAU/Vedic considerations, and we'll get to that. I want to thank the team at MtZ, the four of them, and from the heart. These are good changes, and I am heartily behind all these in the new Midpoint system. I think it's a great improvement, and I really appreciate your efforts over there. So let's check these out. If you missed the newsletter update and you kind of lost the files, they're always available on the Radical Astrology file base on Facebook. That's the astrology group for constellational and true sky astrologers. They are available at a link. I'm just going to put that link right up on the screen right now. Take your browser, open another tab, and point it to https://masteringthezodiac.com/downloads/midpoint update 2025.zip, and it will initiate a download. So you can have it too, even if you missed the memo. So let's look at the memo. That's on the agenda today. All right. On July 20th, 2025, Mastering the Zodiac released this to their newsletter mail list. Lot of information at this link, Midpoint Method, and this link goes to website. We'll put that link up on the screen too, masteringthezodiac.com/midpoint-method. We should read up on this if we're using this method. This is good information, and we'll take a look at it later. It also gives a link to download 3 configuration files, and that's the link I just told you, Midpoint Update 2025. So that's the meat and bones. We have some install instructions, so it tells us where to put the files, and we can look at that. I'll give you a visual. At least on my system, I'm not running Windows, but we can get directory structure well enough down. Let's look at that now. Let's look at just where to put these. We're going to open up our documents. In Windows, this is like My Documents in your main, just your main drive structure. It's your big documents folder. It should have a Capricorn PROMETHEUS subfolder in it. Now, the 2 files in the system that are called .zodiac13.conf, that's configuration files that go in astrology systems into a subfolder called Zodiac 13 configurations. You just want to copy those here. You want to place Midpoint IAU Vedic and Midpoint Legacy in this folder, Zodiac 13 configs. And you want to take the astrology settings, the MtZ settings, and place them right here in astrology settings. I think that covers that. That is where those 3 files go. And when you open Prometheus next, you will have some options that you didn't quite have. So let's look at those. The first thing we can do is go right up to astrology settings and load the new settings. This, when we hit OK and save, is going to give us a very default zodiac wheel. And it's not going to have the full set of information that Prometheus is capable of displaying. So we can do a couple things to incorporate the new settings into our own existing configuration. Now, one thing I want to note is that when we go to apply the Zodiac 13 legacy, these are the old settings, we can notice that the whole Zodiac itself is oriented to a point, Sheraton, that's beta Aries, and it orients it to 2 degrees Aries 45 minutes. When we right click and apply profile the new Zodiac 13, we can see that it's oriented to a different star. It's oriented to Masartham, Gamma 2 Aries, that is oriented to 1 degree Aries 54 arc minutes. And here I want to make a side note, a little tangent. You'll see in these new settings, this is the new settings. This is a lot more stripped down and clean. There's no birth chart settings or confusing changing the zodiac for different periods of time. Like if you were dealing with someone born like 35 or 100 or 50 years ago. And I just want to assure everyone that Prometheus does calculate for precession. When you do, if you go 250 years back, the stars will be where they were relatively, according to the algorithms that calculate precession. To the nearest I can tell, Prometheus is doing this, so there is no need. And again, I want to just I want to thank the team at MtZ. It's always hard to change with new information. It's especially hard to change with new information when you're dealing with a creation of your own, something you're responsible for. And I think it is responsible to the community and to what we know. So I just love this. I'm so grateful. So that's my tangent. We're not dealing with birth chart, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, this was all part of the legacy settings. There were some various different profiles that were employed. Now it's just Zodiac 13, the default. So that covers that. Let's move on. Actually, we're gonna go back to astrology settings. We're going to load our old settings. If we had custom settings, let's bring those back. And here's all the profiles that I use, and you can see I've incorporated the Zodiac 13 default and legacy here. And how did I do that, you may ask? Well, I created with add a profile, and I called it, and we'll just walk through this. We'll walk through this process. All the information is right here that we're going to fill in if we want to add a profile. Let's start with the default profile, Zodiac 13. We are going to have a profile called Zodiac 13 anyway, because Capricorn Prometheus comes with it. And what we want to do is orient the Zodiac to custom and select from the star list here. We'll sort by name here, and we'll find Masartham. and we'll delineate 01 capital A lowercase r lowercase I 54 to tell it that Masartham sits at the zodiac at this point. That orients the whole wheel to the position of the fixed stars. We'll click OK. Your house system, you know, I just use equal with ascendant to the first. That whole sign house system is a little bit of a hack. We maybe get into that in another video. But topocentric, true nodes, modern rulerships, and then I always check this and I force it to use a wheel design. Now, this is a helpful hint. It uses the basic wheel when it first like from the default settings, it uses this basic wheel. But you can go down to Zodiac 13 wheel number 5, and this brings in all of the degree and arc minute data, which I find very helpful. So we can click OK. I have a wheel that I invented at number 7 that is just a whole sign house system, not even house. So I force that. That's my personal preference. And now I have a profile based on the new Mastering the Zodiac midpoint settings. There is another step. I know it's a lot. It's not that much. We're going to go down here to astrology systems, and we're going to make sure if we're doing our own, if we're incorporating the new midpoint, the new midpoints into our own existing setup, we're going to want to select midpoints IAU and Vedic. These are the new updated astrologically and astronomically accurate, or more accurate, midpoints. So we want this to be midpoint IAU Vedic, and that midpoint set is what's getting oriented to Masartham in Aries. You can set the legacy up in the same way by adding a profile and then editing it to reflect Sheraton at 2 Aries 45, and likewise use the same steps that we went over in the other one to create a legacy setting if you want it. If you don't want it, you don't have to use it. You don't have to go back. If you're a forward-oriented person, I think you're better off with the new settings by leaps and bounds. So I encourage it. But yeah, I think that's how you set it up in the corner here, up in astrology settings. That's the basic of it. You want to incorporate the new orientation to Masartham, and you want to make sure you're using that new midpoints file, the IAU Vedic. So I think that's it. I think that should help everybody to feel a little more comfortable, more familiar with putting those files where they go, and then getting into Prometheus and using them. Checking them out and starting to do calculations with these updated midpoints, new and improved. So that's the jam, fam. That's the update that MtZ rolled out. Really nice updates by a pretty impressive team. I want to thank you again over at MtZ for everything you're doing. And I want to thank everyone using Capricorn Prometheus, especially for constellational astrology. I really feel like that's a vividly exciting branch of sidereal astrology. And I hope that this gives more and more people the confidence to jump in and to For most of us, it involves making a shift, but you know, I'm not a proselytizer. It just has to feel right for you. And for me, this update feels more right, um, much more right. So with that, I will leave you to your astrologies and your YouTubing and your doings. I thank you as always, and yeah, check out the website oneskyastrology.com, and check out Radical Astrology if you use the Facebook platform and you'd like to connect with other constellational, uh, true sidereal, and true sky astrologers. By all the names, all the systems, we all, well, most of us hang out in one place. So, yeah, much love, fam. See you around the way.